Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Imroatus Solehah and my student number is 63. Here, I want to explain about politeness. Happy watching. Okay, we look the basic term. The first is face. 2. Politeness. 3. Positive and negative face. And 4. Strategies. The first is face. Face is the positive social value a person effectively claims for himself by the line others assume he has taken during a particular contact. Face, in a sense, is one situated identity. Okay, next. To fail to have one identity ratified is to lose face in an encounter. To have one identity ratified is to have face. To maintain an identity that has been challenged is to save face. Face, then, is something that resides not within an individual, but rather within the flow of events in an encounter. Okay, so face, the public self-image that every member wants to claim for himself, consisting in two related aspects, negative face and positive face. Okay, negative face. Negative face is the basic claim to territory's personal preservice and rights to non-distraction. And positive face as the positive and consistent image people have of themselves and their desire for approval. Okay, now I will give some examples of actions that to some extent violate the negative face and positive face of the interlocutor from Brown and Levinson. First, actions that violate negative face include actions contained in first, phrases regarding orders and requests, suggestion, advice, reminders, threats, warnings, and dares. And 2. Phrases regarding offers and promises. 3. Phrases regarding compliments, expressions of strong emotions toward, such as hatred and anger. And actions that violate positive face include actions contained in 1. Phrases regarding disapproval, criticism, contempt, or ridicule, complaints and reprimands, accusations and insults. 2. Phrases regarding contradictions or disagreements and challenge. 3. Phrases regarding uncontrolled emotions that make the interlocutor feel scared or humiliated. And 4. Disrespectful expressions mention of things that are taboo or not appropriate in a situation, namely the speaker shows that the speaker does not respect the values of the interlocutor and also does not want to hit the things that feared by the interlocutor. 5. The expression of bad news about the interlocutor or boasting of good news, which shows that the speaker does not hesitate to show unpleasant things to the interlocutor and does not really care about the feelings of the interlocutor. 6. Phrases regarding dangerously emotional or divisive topics such as politics, religion, women, and liberations. 7. Uncooperative expressions from the speaker towards the interlocutor, namely the speaker interrupts the speech interlocutor, states things that are not related and do not show concern. And 8. Last, phrases regarding address terms and other status market identification in initial encounters. Okay, the third slide is politeness. Politeness is a very important principle in the use of language and in communication. Brown and Levinson introduced the notion of face in order to illustrate politeness in the broad sense, that is to say, all interactants have an interest in maintaining two types of face during interaction. Okay, so Politeness is a practical application of good manners or etiquette. There are two politeness, positive politeness and negative politeness. Positive politeness. Positive politeness is expressed by satisfying positive face in two ways. One, by indicating similarities amongst interactions, or two, by expressing an appreciation of the interlocutor self-image. And negative politeness. Negative politeness can also be expressed in two ways. One, by saving the interlocutor face by mitigating face-threatening acts such as advice, giving, and disapproval. Or two, by satisfying negative face by indicating respect for the addresser, right not to be imposed on. Okay, now I want to explain about positive politeness and negative politeness. Positive politeness is one of the politeness strategies that can be used by showing friendliness. For example, someone said, "When you have finished reading, please turn off the light." And negative politeness pays attention to negative faces by applying the distance between the speaker and the speech partner and not disturbing each other's territory. Speakers use it to avoid coercions and give the speech partner a choice. Okay, the last slide is Brown and Levinson politeness strategies. Positive politeness strategies: climb common ground, convey cooperation, and fulfill hearers' want. And negative politeness, there are conventional indirectness, avoid assumptions, avoid coercions, communicate desire to avoid impingement, and incur a debt. Okay, so the strategies of politeness: a speaker faces a number of choices before making an offending utterance, negative face or positive face of the interlocutor. For example, in an interlocutor interaction, ask the speaker to do something, then the interlocutor wants his wish to be respected or fulfilled, so that if the speaker does not act as expected, then it is clear the speaker performs action that hurt the feelings of the interlocutor. Speaker who realizes that his speech will be less pleasing to the interlocutor has a choice before making the utterance. First, the speaker wants or does not take action which threatens his opponent's face. If you don't want to, it means that the speaker will fulfill the wishes of the interlocutor completely, so that there is no violation of the face of the interlocutor. If the speaker decides to take an action that threatens the face of the interlocutor, for example, rejecting his wish, then the speaker is faced with the choice to take that action with off-record speech or with on-record speech. Okay, thanks for your attention. There is some I explain about politeness. I hope you will understand about it. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.